Hey guys, and welcome back to Fix Drive Ride Fly. Today we want to concentrate on this shell. There's plenty to do. I got to get all the old bits out here. There's nothing in here that we're going to be reusing. I'm going to be getting all new parts. So all these bits that are still stuck in the floor and all these old mounts, everything's got to come out. And then we need to fiberglass any of the broken parts. Now, I've managed to source pretty much everything I need for this build, which is really good news. I've got a chassis and doors and various other parts, hopefully coming from Reliant Spares. I've sourced a lovely pair of bucket seats from another YouTuber. His channel is XBucketX. He's building a Nissan Silvia at the moment, so check him out, that's really cool. Another chap, Mike, he's managed to get me the rear window, the A-frame, and again, various other little bits and bobs. Now, in normal times, I would have just jumped in the car, driven around, collected everything, and we would already have everything we need here to do the build. But at the moment, of course, we're on lockdown, so things are a bit of a struggle. It's going to take a bit of time for me to get everything together. I've also been offered a motorbike engine for free, which is really cool. It's a Yamaha 900 diversion. It's a little bit underpowered for what I really want for this build. I'm really fancying something more like Pan-European ST 1300. Because that's got plenty of torque and it's just a lovely motor. So I think I'll probably hold off on the 900 and hold out for the 1300, but we'll see where we go, especially with everything that's going on at the moment. So don't forget, if you're enjoying this build and you're liking what I'm doing, please do like and subscribe, and then we'll carry on doing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you around the car, show you all the bits of damage and everything, and then you can see what we're working with, show you all the bits that we got to take out, and then we'll crack on and do it. But the other thing I noticed sitting in here is how small this really is. I'm not a big guy, I'm 6 foot, but there's not much of me. I can reach the front. I'm sat here in the back. I could drive it from here in the middle. No, I'm not going to do that. That's a silly idea. So, let's crack on. Right then guys, here's a tour of inside the car. It is really bright outside today. According to the weather, it's 18 degrees C, but my blooming temperature gauge is showing us that it's 28 in the shade. It is absolutely roasting. So you can see this dash is just beautiful. Those switches, I'll have to replace all those. They're going to be no good. But I will save everything I can in here. I have no intentions at all of cutting up any of the shell that doesn't need it. These are the doors, so these are going to go. The insides of the doors are gone. All the mechanisms are rotted out and broke. So what I'm going to do is, I desperately want to keep the paintwork. I'll just lean out the back here so you can see. Look at the paint on this. I just love it. It's absolutely stunning. So my plan is to not paint this car. I'm not going to rub it back and strip it. I'm going to keep all the patina and the outside looking as it is. And the inside we will get looking absolutely lovely, new carpets, nice seats, and just make it look nice. So the doors I'll be taking the skins off these doors, throwing the rest away, and on the new doors I'll reskin them with what we've got, so we keep the look of the car. And you can see all these bits now that are just stuck to the floor and rotten. I've got to get rid of all those. I've got a little bit of a fix to do in here. And all these are the mounting holes, like these ones here. These are all oversized, so I need to repair all those. Now what I was thinking about doing in here is, obviously we're going to have the gear lever here, which, because it's a motorbike engine, is going to be a straight forward and back gear lever. I'm very tempted to put glass panels on these and put some lights in there, bling it up a little bit, just so you can see the engine. And I suggested it to my wife, and believe it or not, she said, why don't you hook it up to the gear indicator, so every time you change gear the colour changes. And I think that's a brilliant idea. So this the headliner is actually in lovely condition, and hopefully a bit of bleach and that'll clean up. These panels are all still good. I don't think this one is savable here, but we'll warm it up and see what we can do. This one's got a tear as well. And the ones on this side are looking pretty good, so we might see if we can save those. And I love the little interior light here. Can you see it? Like I say, everything's so bright at the moment. Right, let's show you the outside of the car. Oh, if I can get out. So there we go. Used to be a little aerial or something there. I think somebody had a whip aerial in the back there, because there's been a hole in there at some point. We're currently using the boot to cool all our mail down, so everything comes in here until it's sat in there for a couple of days. The general bodywork here, it's solid. I can replace these. You get brand new ones of these lens covers, so that's great. I'm going to get those in order. Things like this I'm going to fix from the other side and just fill these with clear resin. And then around the car we've got one little fix there. We've got a hole in the sill there. And then round the front, this is where the majority of the damage is. You can see we've got a broken bit there, but in here this is all broken up, and I think this car's been in a front ender at some point, because I don't think you can see it on here, but there's a lot of extra fiberglassing in there. So that's our biggest job, is fiberglassing this and getting this strong again. But I may just put a metal plate behind it, riveted through, and then put some fiberglass on there if it doesn't hold. But I will try and do it so you can't see it. And then down the front, again, you can see she's had a bit of a bump on these corners, but I'm not going to repair those. I'll repair this crack down here, make sure everything's structurally sound. Oh, there's my neighbour's cat again. Hello, cat. Practically my cat. What do you think, cat? Do you like what we're doing? Yeah. And then I don't know how much I can show you on the other side because it's up against my fence, but we'll pull it out in a minute. The other side of the car is pretty much the same. This door is stuck shut, so I'm going to try and work out how to get that off. You can see all these frames are gone, which is why I'm replacing the doors. There's nothing I can do about any of that. I'll keep the skins. Right. Let's get this thing cleaned out and get the fiberglassing going. Right then guys, the plan is to drill these bolts out, because as you can see there's just not enough there to undo them, especially down here, so they're going to be drilled out. It's sunny, so everyone's mowing their lawns, so I shall probably put you on mute and you can listen to some music while I drill this out. Right, let's get on. Could do some shower drill bits. Might get the angle grinder on them. Clearly more to fix there, because these have all gone. Right, so you can just stand there, yeah, and we'll try and push over there and bring it down slowly, get to a certain point. Right, Erin, back in the house. Yeah, I'm going to try and pick it up. Pull it, or you just hold it? You just stop it going anyway. I'm going to have to tell you as well, I think. You alright?
Yep. I got it.
Yeah.
Sit down. All the way over.
How far is she going to come over?
Stable.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. There's a big thumbs up to the wife.
Wow.
So this is the ending to the car.
I see what you mean about the bang.
Yeah, I think it's had a bump in the front. So you can see, I'll possibly see me get your camera in there. It's all broken up in there. She's had quite a bump in here before. Yeah, that's meant to be connected to there. It's all just it's all disconnected. This is all broken up. So the question is this fixable?
You can see it's been repaired as well.
Yeah. Is this fixable, or do I need to buy another one of these inside bits? So that's maybe there like that. So the wheels in here, the engine sat in there. So if we do put the glass around there, put some nice lights up there.
Yeah.
So that's our job, is to start put this together.
Could you put anything across here to protect the engine?
Once the engine's in, I could easily put something under there, yeah. It's like an engine pan. We'd run it off here across there to there. My biggest challenge is, because the axle's going to go in there, the prop only used to come up to here. Now with the engine I'm using, I need to measure all this up to see if the engine I'm picking is going to fit. The prop is off centre, so I may have to cut this to run the prop at an angle. That's something I need to work out. Let's bring you guys in to have a look. You can see the damage we got here. So I think I'm going to start by bonding that back to there. Both sides, because that'll sturdy it all up. But before I can do any of that, I've got to clean that up a bit. A lot of unhappy spiders. Gonna scrub down with the best degreaser known to man. Got a bit cleaner in there. I'll give it a proper scrub down with a bit better degreaser, but just want to get a bit cleaner for now. But this here is our main issue. Once that's all together, everything else is fairly superfluous. These things are easy. Yeah, all these ones. So another good rinse down. And let's start fiberglass in. But that's going to be a job for tomorrow. And don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying this sort of thing, hit that subscribe button. So I started the fiberglass in. I had a bit of an incident with this earlier. The weights kept on going up and up and up. It's lucky I checked it. The battery was running out and it was giving me a bad reading. Now I'm sounding muffled because we're playing with fiberglass, so respirator, and we're playing with the resin, so the glasses. I've done a couple of practice ones here. See if you can zoom in. Just to have a test. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me doing these boring bits. Yeah, so that's the ones I've done so far. I'm just going to check that it does harden. I got no doubt it will, but paranoia wins the day. So I will put you guys on to watch me doing this one and the sill, which I need to give it another clean. And then of course this bad boy, because this is the majority of my problem. But I think I'll bond it to these two edges once I've cleared all this gunk off. And I carry on knocking out all the bolts and the washers, and we'll crack on with this. Well, the good news is these have all gone hard, so that works. No, I'm on the camera. Not helping me today, doing some gardening instead. This bit down here has gone hard as well. I will treat this to another layer of fiberglass. And these big repairs will also get repaired from the inside as well. They go under the carpet, so it doesn't matter that you know if you see the repair. But I'll do that when this is tipped back over. Got the handbrake off. I've gone round and I've cut off all the nuts and bolts underneath, as I said I would. Another one there left to chisel off. And then we're on to this.
These have got to be the worst trays I've ever bought.
So this brush has gone hard, so I'm going to have to change the brush because it's making it a much messier job with a stiff brush. So as a tip for you, make sure you've got plenty of brushes in as you're going to use them. No, I didn't do that, but luckily my wife did. try not to leave any voids in this because they weaken it. Right then, to fix this, I'm going to clean all this up here, get rid of all this horrible stuff, scrape off what I can and give it a rub down, same up here. And then the first thing I'm going to do is just bond these edges in, just with the resin. I'm going to leave that sit and cure to give a bit of strength, and then I'll come back and tackle the rest of it. Okay guys, that's me done for the day. Let's take a look. So these are all nice and hard. These are my experimental ones to try it out. That's all good. I've started to put the sill back down here. Obviously that's just there for structure. I can build up off that. In the back here I've repaired in there, and we can see as we come around I've put a little bit of resin in there because obviously I want to keep these battle scars. As we move down the front, I've rebonded this in. This is all bonded in up here. It's not finished yet. I've got some extra bits to do by there, but it needs supporting somehow. So I wanted to get a bit of fiberglass structure in here first. These front sections have been done. You can see I've started to shape these fronts up. Again, I'm not repairing this. I'm just making it solid because I actually want these battle scars on the car. I didn't notice there's some sort of light there. It looks like that was probably where the spotlight went, and it looks like there was another one there, but it's been filled in. We've done this bottom corner down here, same thing as the top one, just to put some structure back in the car. And we've fixed various cracks down here, and again put the structure in here. So you can see now we haven't finished under there yet. I've started around the engine bay, but I was a bit done. I'd had enough for today. Started the repair there. So as you can see, we have got a good bit of structure back in this car today. Okay guys, that's it for today. Over the next week or so, I'm going to be getting all these gubbins out of here. They're no good, as you can see. I don't need any of them because we're putting a different engine in. We'll be rebuilding the wiring loom. So that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you're enjoying what I'm doing, please do like and subscribe. And most importantly at the moment, stay safe. And you may have noticed in that video there's 1 or 2 points where I wasn't using gloves when I was doing the angle grinding. Last thing the NHS needs right now is idiots like me going in there missing a finger. So feel free to tell me off for that in the comments. And if you're working on your project, take care. But guys, stay safe, and we'll see you next episode.